Hello and welcome, my name is Charlie Roscoe and I wanted to have a quick chat about not getting angry at the people that take you out until you've watched the replay, as well as fighting on after you've been taken out. Whether you're talking about racing in real life or a game like Gran Turismo, there is one certainty, one thing that comes as a guarantee with racing, and that's crashing. Crashing sucks. And what sucks more is when it's caused by someone outside of your control, but the reality is, that's part of racing. What matters most is what you do after the crash. I understand as well as anyone how frustrating it can be when you qualify well enough but then everything turns to shit in the race. You're getting hit by other cars, spun around, pushed off track, a penalty even though it was them that hit you, and then that bloody SR arrow turns up just in time to rub salt into your fresh wounds. It's frustrating and all kinds of nasty thoughts start to creep into your head. Nasty thoughts like quitting the race, exacting revenge, or simply making a prick of yourself while others try to race. The race that you're currently watching was recorded last night, and whilst I'm normally a pretty level-headed sort of guy, I fell prey to my emotions and I was raging. I came into the race already agitated because my pace was just nowhere. I should have been close to a second faster than I was. Nonetheless, I was pleasantly surprised to find that I still managed to qualify 5th, and I figured that if I can get into a solid rhythm and have a good race pace, then I can still look at a top 3. Almost immediately I was spun around and put back into 19th and second last. Naturally, I was pissed off, but it's important to stay calm, dig deep and charge on. So I knuckled down and thought, hey, it's a 10-lap race, the field is still bunched up. If I give 150% and a few things go my way, then 5th isn't out of the question. Then, as I was fighting my way back through and making some good progress, I got pit manoeuvred on the front straight by some dirty bastard that couldn't handle getting overtaken. He blatantly spun me around and my hopes of recovering a decent spot were back in the dirt. I was raging, screwed over twice in one race, and both times I got the dreaded SR down arrow to boot. Luckily for me, I didn't see who'd done it. And I was in a chat with the bloke you can see up there in first place on the leaderboard, who reminded me to chill, race hard, and see if I can't save the race with the top 10. I say lucky because after that race I went straight to the replay so I could get the name of the person responsible for this malicious attack on me, and this is what I saw. See, what I didn't know until now was that the person responsible was actually the guy to his left who failed to yield the exit of the corner, even though he was half off the road, and forced old Chaos Roxy here into the side of me. It wasn't actually a malicious pit manoeuvre at all. So what's a lesson we can all take away from this? Well, there's 2. Lesson number 1. No matter what happens in the race, don't let it get to you. Don't rage quit and don't take anyone out. Chin up and keep racing as hard as you can to get the best possible position. You may be able to recover into a respectable position, minimising the damage. And lesson number 2, cage the rage. Don't get angry with people no matter how blatant you think their indiscretion was until you've watched the replay, because much like myself, you could find that they were not as guilty as you first thought. Now, I want to finish up on a serious note. I'm not particularly interested in going on and on about what's wrong with Gran Turismo, but I do want to emphasise, just on the off chance that someone in the Gran Turismo media team accidentally stumbles across this video, you need to fix how the game deals out the SR down arrows and time penalties. The game needs to do a better job at determining who was an innocent victim and not punishing them further. There is just a few things holding Gran Turismo back at the moment, and I do have to say that I don't love you, but